Now we're going to take a look at something that is, to me, very, very special, and it's called DiscipleZone.com. Now on this page, you're going to choose if you wish to log on as a teacher, a parent, or a kid's login. I want to take us to the teacher's login to begin with. Go up to the top and it says Create Account. That's where we give you an opportunity to create a class code. Simple instructions, follow the instructions, create your class code. Then you give that class code to each of your students. The great part about Disciple Zone is that this is for kids and parents. They come to their website and then they go to the middle of the little ticket where it says, feel free to explore Disciple Zone. Now we're going to tell Disciple Zone where we want to go as a student with their parents. On the left-hand side, we're going to choose the level of the Core Bible Curriculum being used. Why don't we click on Level 4? Now we're going to tell it which unit we are in, and let's choose Level A. Now they're going to tell it what lesson they did that previous Sunday. Let's go and look at lesson number 1. Now it asks the student, do you have a class code? If they have a class code, they click yes. If they don't, they click no. We're going to click no at this point. Okay, this is the first page that it brings up of Disciple Zone. Notice it says DCP Live. This is the life application present day story that is really going to bring to life the Bible lesson they had the previous Sunday. Kids love this stuff because they have an adventure every week with D, Cy, and Paul. Where do we go from here? Well, you get to choose, so let's go ahead and choose Explore More. Explore More allows the student to explore more of the lesson that they had the previous Sunday. And then at the bottom of Explore More, very frequently there's an activity and questions that kids get to do home, hopefully with parents. Let's go to World Watch. World Watch introduces kids for the quarter to an unreached people group around the world. They're going to learn how the kids live in the culture that they're a part of. When they finish World Watch, they go to Sword Work. Sword Work is really the time that a parent and the child are going to get into what? The Word of God. In this case, they're going to read the first chapter of the book of Acts. They're going to have some questions possibly. And it says, now look down. Well, at the bottom of Sword Work, there's a poster clue. Your kids received a poster at the beginning of the unit, and there's a clue there. So they kind of get to be treasure hunters, and they're going to find clues and fill in blanks and things like that. When they finish World Watch, then they might click on Hymn Notes. Hymn Notes is really an opportunity for our kids to be introduced or reintroduced to some of the great hymns of the faith. When they log on to Hymn Notes and they look at the very top of the page, they're going to discover who wrote this hymn, why they wrote it, and all the history behind the hymn. Then they get to see the words to the hymn. We're going to give them the definition of many of those words. Let me tell you just a real quick story. We had done this in my home with my son, and we were sitting in church one day, and our music leader said, we're going to sing a hymn, and he gave the title of the hymn, and immediately my 11-year-old turned his head toward me and he said, wow, that's the one we did in Hymn Notes this week. And he sat there telling me all about the writer of that hymn and why he wrote it as we sang it. Disciple Zone is an opportunity for parents to get involved in nurturing their children spiritually. That's our God-given responsibility. We have given you the resource to do this.